Hello and welcome to Wishlist Roulette, episode 3. Episode 1, we spun the wheel and we looked at 3 games, one of which we chose to pick, which was Gun Show. Episode 2 was a recap of Gun Show. This is episode 3, where we're going to spin again and pick another game. I'm very excited to try this again. Had great success with Gun Show, was a really good experience. So let's try again. So let's set things up. I went through earlier and did this off camera. The numbers for our wish list. We have 894 games on Steam, 494 on Google Play, 13 miscellaneous games, 159 PSP games, and 120 PS1 games on the list for a total of 1680. So on our wheel, let's see, we have 1674. We need to add some. So can I, let's see. I need to extend this to 1680. Okay. Let's see if I can copy just these in here. 1674. I need 1675 too. Copy and paste these into our wheel so we have that many options. 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. Okay. All right, let's get right into it. Let's do a spin, see what we roll, and take a look at that game, see if we're going to play it or not. All right. Here we go. Getting right into it here. We don't have to have the big explanations of last time of what this series is. So we have a winner, 1354. So 1354, which we can see right here on our results screen, 1354. These are some rolls I did just to make sure this thing was working earlier. I didn't even look at what games they were being. They weren't official. 1354 is official. So put it in my spin results. 1354. Episode 3. What is it? Let's consult our number guide. 1354. I'm assuming it's in Google Play. Maybe it spills into one of these other ones. Let's say 1354 minus 894. Oops, make it in equals. 460. So it's game 460 in Google Play. On our Google Play list. So counting up from the bottom, if we do, let's see if we do this. 494 minus that. Count 34 games up. Or would it be the 35th game? Let's think about this. Get rid of this, 460. And for this we'll do equal to 494 minus 460. Okay. So it should be the 35th game, right? I'm sorry if I did this wrong last time. I'm thinking it through as I go. And for these ones where I have to manually count the list, like Google Play, because they're not numbered, I know I might mess it up sometimes, so I'll just go with what I end up with, even if I'm incorrect. So I think if I counted 460 down from the top, I'd hit a game. Below that, if I counted 34 up from the bottom, the 34th game would be the game below that, because together that would equal 494. So if I count 35 up, that will be the 460th game. Okay, so I'm going to go to the bottom. See if I can get it so you guys can see it here. Hopefully it pops in. Oh, yeah. Just it. There's just a very funny picture of my son on my lock screen, which I think I'm going to edit out so he's not on the internet. Just making a note to edit that out. Yeah. I gotta remember to avoid that so I don't have to do edits, but alright. So if I scroll to the very bottom, which takes a while, so I don't have to count 460 or whatever. Oh boy, this is taking a while. Just think, I could have to do this multiple times, figure out what game it is, if I'm going to reject this one. Very curious to find out what this will be. Something near the bottom. Trying to think. I've looked at this list many times and I'm kind of think like, what's near the bottom? What's within 40 of the bottom? 35. Okay, I'm at the bottom. Ooh, what happened? Ooh. That's more pleasant to look at for you guys. Maybe? Yeah, it probably is. Okay. Let's see if I can now scroll it easily with my mouse. Okay. So, what did we say? I'll look at the 34. So I need to count 35 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. I messed up, didn't I? I counted too far. I was thinking in my head about something. So this is 39, 38, 37, 36, 35. Craft Warriors Frontier. Let's take a look. Let's put it in. Craft Warriors Frontier on Google Play. Oops. I just put that into the spreadsheet. I don't think you guys could see that. All right, this is, I think I might know what this is. Oh, cooperative real-time strategy game. Let's see. It's like a Minecraft aesthetic. And all right, I think I'm going to take a closer look at some things that I think are inappropriate in the game that are going to disqualify it. Let me see. Yeah. So, this is an easy one. It has some, let me make a note real quick for my editing. What's this game called? Craft Warrior. Craft. So right in one of the screenshots, there's an sexually inappropriate thing. Pretty tame by most people's standards, but for me, even bare midriffs and stuff like that, I just don't play those games. Due to my personal beliefs on that kind of thing. So I'm not going to play this for that reason. It has that kind of content in it. So we're going to put, and this isn't going to the graveyard. So the graveyard is for games that I would play. Possibly. I don't have any moral objection to them or anything like that. They go to the graveyard because I just don't want to play them, like Battletoads. This is going to, I'm going to say, inappropriate content not played. I guess I'll make that red as well. Or should I make the graveyard like gray or something? I'll just make all games I don't play red. Make it easier. All right, let's do another spin. Let's jump right into it. Let's keep going. Very excited to see what we might get next. While this is spinning, I'm going to remove Craft Warriors from the wish list, which I then should have adjusted this wheel so that it has one less Google Play entry on it, right? So it should have one less entry than it does, but I'm not going to go back and do that now. We rolled 162. We're going to go with 162. So let's put that into our spreadsheet for our results. 162 for episode 3. That is obviously going to be a Steam game. What was it? 162, right? Spin results, 162. So we are going to go over to our Steam wish list and see what game 162 is. Once again, the Steam wish list, the wish list itself is blank unless I'm interacting with it. It's so weird. You can see the top of Steam here with store, library, blah, blah, blah. But you can't see the actual wish list unless I interact with it. So 162. Let's go. Very exciting. It's a Steam game. 162. I think, are these in order? Not to add to the... So these are in order of my rank. I used to change that rank around. These days I don't mess with it at all, and the newer games I put on are at the very bottom in this. And then this is the only sorting where you can see the number. So this is what we use to do this list, obviously, to make it easy so I don't have to count like Google Play. So there's like some ordering to the list, and then at a certain point it just becomes the newer games that I've put on the list at the bottom. So 162, I'd assume it's a game I put on the list years ago that I moved around a little bit back when I was moving them around. Or maybe even it's after the cutoff point where they started just being in date order because I'm no longer ordering them. But let's see, 162 is... Ooh, Freeman Guerrilla Warfare. I definitely remember this. I don't know what it is, though. I remember the little title banner here. Let's see what it is. Okay. Combination of FPS and sandbox strategy. Okay. This is going to be another easy one. Because almost immediately it's more inappropriate content, which again, very bland by most people's standards, very tame by most people's standards. Basically, in the character creator of this game, you see women in their underwear, essentially. A big pet peeve of mine. So many games with no inappropriate content, but their character creator, you start with a woman in her underwear, like you have to build her from the base up. Big pet peeve of mine, because obviously in my mind it disqualifies a lot of games from me playing them. So, including this one. Freeman Guerrilla Warfare is what this is called. So, I'll be doing this a lot. Disqualifying games for this reason. I know it might seem weird, but just think like everyone has this in them. Hopefully there is theoretically a game you would never play because its content is so horrific, and I just have a different conception of that. Hopefully you're on board with me in some of these things. They are kind of pet peevish or ridiculous, or maybe you think I'm wrong. That's fine too. Excuse me. Let's do another spin. But okay, so I'm going into Steam. I'm removing this game from the wish list. I also removed Craft Warriors from the Google Play wish list. So now my number guide, I have 893 and 493. So my total is 1678. So I'm going to change this Get rid of these two, so I only have 1678, and then we'll do another spin. Okay, here we go. Very exciting. We're getting at least as many spins as episode 1 here. At least 3 spins, at least 3 games to talk about. 251, so that's obviously going to be another Steam game. 251. Put that in our spin results. It's going to be Steam. 251. Definitely Steam. Let's see what it is. Very exciting. So similarly, it's going to be at the beginning of the list, something from years ago, I would think. Although I think I really ramped up putting things on. I went past that. I think I really ramped up putting things on here quite a bit in more recent years. So some of the stuff, it's not that old in a way. It's just that I put a ton of stuff on top of it since then. All right, so 251 is Pawnbarian. I know this is some kind of chess roguelike. Quick playing turn-based puzzle roguelike. Play cards to move your hero like a chess piece and conquer challenging dungeons full of cunning monsters. Okay, so you have cards that let you move like a chess piece. So you only have one piece, but it moves like whatever chess piece you use. Like you play a knight, you move like a knight. Looks like you have some shogi pieces available. Let's look at some reviews real quick. I think I know what I'm going to say on this. Okay. So I like the concept of this a lot, and it does look fun and cool. I'm not going to play it. I really like chess variant games where you get to mess around with the ideas of chess. I typically... Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. You've been looking at Chrome this entire time and not Steam. Hopefully I didn't do that for the last game too. If I did, I apologize. At least it was something I'm not even going to play. Here we are, looking at Pawnbarian. Okay. Maybe I'll just start doing a whole system capture so I don't do that to you guys. We'll see. Here, I'll play this video in the background so you can look at it while I talk some more. My apologies. Yeah, I really like chess variants. I want them to be PvP, is the bottom line. Or it'd have to be really interesting as a single player for me to play it. I really enjoy chess variants and even regular chess, but it's got to be PvP or super interesting. And if this had a PvP mode or something, it might be really interesting. Although it looks like this wouldn't really be set up for that. There's another chess roguelike out right now called Gambonanza, I think. That looks interesting enough that I might give it a spin if we get there, or if I decide to. This one I'm just not totally feeling as a single player. It'd have to be something really interesting. Because for me, chess has got to be PvP or like something super interesting. So I'm 99% sure this does not have PvP, right? Doesn't look like it. What's this? Dark chess. Asymmetric puzzle game. Just taking a look at some random other game. Does this have PvP? Probably not, right? It's all puzzles. Well, whatever. So, what's this one? Usurper. Anyway, I'm not going to play Pawnbarian for that reason. I'm going to take it off the list because it's just not striking my fancy and it's not PvP. Although it looks cool. And again, I apologize for having you guys stare at a spreadsheet while I was looking at this. All right, so I will go ahead and take it off the list. Boy, I'm just taking these things off. It doesn't really bother me at all. Feels good. All right, let's make sure we're now looking at Chrome again. We'll go to our spin results. Pawnbarian. Oh, okay, so this one goes to the graveyard. Because it's a game I would play, but I'm not going to. So yeah, the graveyard, I think it needs to be different. Let's make it like gray. Make it light gray like that. Like a gravestone. Graveyard. And we'll put the actual entry from here. Let's see, how do I do this? Do it like this. Oops, what's happening? Sorry. This way we have all the info on the graveyard games. There. What episode they came from, what the spin number was. All the details. Okay. Let's spin again. So we now have one less in the Steam list. So we should have 1677. Let's spin again. I'm going to have to quit soon and go to bed. Of course, I'll edit it together. This will just be one video, though. All right, so I need to have 1677. Apologies for the cough. $16.77. Yeah, sorry for the cough. Sorry for the thing where I was showing you a spreadsheet instead of Steam. I think of this as like it's not a live stream, but I just record it and put it up with as little editing as possible. I edit out the actual inappropriate content I don't like, just so it's not on my channel. Other than that, I avoid editing at all costs. I will occasionally do it, but editing is horrifically not fun. And I feel like videos like this, they just work kind of as pretend it's a live stream. If you disagree, let me know, but I think it kind of works. Okay, let's roll again. Spin the wheel. A fourth spin in an episode. We're going to keep doing this till we get something. This itself is really fun for me, so I don't mind keep spinning. Get to talk about different games and stuff. Okay, 1373. 1373. Let's put that into our number guide. 1373. I think that's going to be in Google Play. Very close to our first spin tonight. Pretty cool. Okay, 1373. So we'll do. Let's do it equal to this minus this, just so you get a little bit of math action here. This is what this channel is supposed to be, math on spreadsheets. So we get a little bit of that action here. 481. So we're looking for game 481 in our Google playlist, which, as we determined last time, I need to count one above this if I'm counting from the bottom. So the 13th game up from the bottom. Let's try that. Let's make sure you guys are looking at the wish list. So scroll to the bottom. Oh, I was hoping it would be loaded. I was hoping it would be loaded since we already did this. Oh well. Sorry, I guess I'm talking a little quieter than usual. My burger is not always talking like he should. And I'll turn this sideways when we do the actual count from the bottom. Sorry, I know this is tedious, but just imagine how tedious it would be if I was counting 400 something entries from the top. We're hitting the bottom of this list a lot. We hit the same spot on Steam, very close to it in a way, and similar spot here on the list. So pretty cool. On the Google Play list. Yeah. Burger is not jumping. I guess I have to be right on the mic for that to happen. I'm slightly off the mic as I awkwardly hold this phone, which is attached to my computer, so that Scrippy can run and you guys can see it. All right. So I'm just double checking. I need to go to game 13 from the bottom. Okay. Ooh, I just messed things up. Okay. Let me turn off the Steam because I feel like you guys can see the Steam overlay. Yeah, which I don't want to confuse people. This is not Steam. Okay. Hopefully I didn't mess up my... I just accidentally clicked on OBS instead of Scrippy. That's why I was moving the actual view window here around. I Control Z'd it. I hope I didn't mess things up. Looks okay to me. Okay. So yeah, we're going to count the 13th game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Zombotron Reboot. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the spin results before I forget. Zombotron Re-boot on Google Play. Okay. Let's turn this... Well, we can leave it this way, I think. Ooh, I just bumped the mic really hard. Hopefully that didn't make too much of a noise. Let's see. So this is a game you run around, looks like these underground levels, shooting zombies. Let's look at the video. Sorry, there's a giant pause thing in the middle of it. There it goes. I think it has some physics-based stuff where you can knock mine parts into people. That's cool. It looks pretty neat. Alright, two things I have to say about it. One, I just don't think I feel like playing a game like this with this art style right now. If I remember correctly, I feel like this game has auto shooting only. Okay, here's what it says, how to play. Use the left screen stick to control the hero. Use the right screen stick to aim and hold a direction to attack. So maybe there's some alternate control schemes here. I would definitely want to play this on a controller on my phone. I have a Kishi controller that snaps onto my phone. I would definitely want to play it using that controller if I played this game. So it's a pet peeve of mine that a lot of these games have like auto shooting like that. Like you just hold the direction to fire. You don't actually press a button to pull the trigger. The game loses a lot from that, I think. And I understand it's to make it easier to control on mobile with touch controls, and that not everyone's using... Most people, huge majority of people, are not using a controller like I would want to do in this game. But it bothers me. I think, to me, even on mobile using touch control, you need to be... you need to be pressing a button to fire. Even if you need to adjust the gameplay in some way, if you want it to be touchscreen focused. But for me, especially, I'd want to play this on controller. I'd want to be pulling a trigger or pressing a button to fire. Sounds like a little thing, but it is annoying. I've tried to play some games with auto fire, and I really hate it. Let's I see we have an AI thing here. Ask Play about this app. Let's ask a question, see if it knows the answer. Is there a way to manually fire instead of auto fire by holding a direction? Let's see what it does with that. No, there's no way to manually fire instead of auto fire by holding a direction. The game uses a dual joystick control scheme where the left stick controls movement and the right stick is used for aiming and holding to attack. So you could make the argument that it almost plays like a twin stick shooter in a 2D platformer type environment. But yeah, any game made for PC or console would not control like that. It would have manual firing, so I don't follow that argument necessarily that I just made up. Yeah, so I am going to pass on this one for those two reasons. And yeah, the weird thing is I don't know if it has native controller support where you can just turn on a controller. I have mapping software for my controller where I just make custom tap simulations where you just put in what you want each button to simulate different kinds of taps and strokes and stuff, but some of that, it becomes so hard to map that stuff onto a controller when it's auto fire too. You can almost get away with it sometimes. You can almost find a way to make it so you are pressing a button to fire, but it's usually really janky and doesn't totally work. So I'm going to pass on this one too. So we'll go back to Chrome. This will go to the graveyard for that reason, and which will make it gray. Okay, so let's put it in the graveyard. I want to do one more spin before I go to bed tonight, and obviously I'll just edit together so my next spin session, if needed, will just be seamless for you guys, but just a little behind the scenes there. All right, I'm going to remove it from the wish list here. Number guide, Google Play goes to 492. Get rid of one of these, and let's spin again. Here we go. Getting a lot of spins in this episode, which is great. Part of the cool thing about this show is just getting to talk about the games I don't play. It's fun to just riff on them. Okay, 17. So that should be a very early Steam game, right? That at one point was high on the list the way I was doing the rankings at that time before I stopped doing rankings. Okay, 17. Is that the lowest number we've ever spun? Yeah, by far. 17 should be Steam. Episode 3. Let's make sure I put Steam on so you guys can see it. And we'll go track down what game 3 is. $17, right? Yep. Very exciting. Let's see what it is. I get paranoid about what the number was that I'm forgetting it. 17. And as you guys know, I counted right past the game we were going to play earlier. I apologize for that too. So I was thinking about making a comment on a game I saw scroll by, and that totally threw me off. All right, 17 is Untrusted, the social deduction hacking game. I remember this game, definitely. It's a, like Mafia or maybe even Among Us type social deduction game. 10 to 16 players. As a hacker, hack your target as an undercover agent, disrupt the operation, follow your objective, or kill everyone. The choice is yours. Looks like the gameplay up here is like going into messing around with targeting networks or something up here. So a couple things here. First, I bet this game has no players, unfortunately. Let's go to playuntrusted.com and see. Oh, that didn't. Oh, that's the developer. Let's go to the website and see if you can play it online or something on browser. Excuse my coughing. Okay, so you can play it on browser by downloading it from itch, I guess. There's a single player prequel. Okay, I was about to look into that. I saw that on Steam. Sorry. So I'm currently looking on Chrome real quick. Don't know if it's worth switching for you guys to see because there's nothing going on there. Let's see. Okay, there's a Discord. There was a patch in January. All right. So here's what I'll say about this one. It's kind of cool. I think if I was going to play a social deduction game, it'd have to appeal to me a little bit more than this one, theme-wise, maybe. So I think I'm going to pass on this one. I bet the community is also low, like hard to get a game, especially since you need 10 to 16 players. There is a Discord server if I was really interested in this, but that would be a break for me, obviously, if there was no players. I'd probably go on the Discord server and look around to see if people are getting games in. Let's look on the Steam forum real quick. So here's somebody asking to be invited back in February. Join. So someone said use auto join button. Join the untrusted Discord server and check under matchmaking. See what the new player says. I'm going to look on the SteamDB real quick. SteamDB. What's this game called? Untrusted. Sorry, I'm not switching it over right because I'm going to look for 2 seconds. Well, so it has... I'll switch for you so you can see what I'm looking at, in case you don't know what I'm talking about. If you look on SteamDB, you can see the number of players. Has 10 playing right now, 34 or 24-hour peak players. So there probably are matches going on. There's probably like a single match going on at a time with a little dedicated community. That's kind of cool. That almost makes me want to try it. Let's look at some screenshots. Interesting. So I guess you can be different kind of bad guy. Like this guy has to kill... He has to sabotage both factions. Yeah. Okay, so there's probably one game going on at a time, maybe more if there's people playing the itch version as well and it's cross-play. Itch version is free, by the way. I think I'm still going to pass on it just because I'd like a game like this to appeal to me more stylistically as well. So I think I'm going to say no to this one as well and send it to the graveyard, both because it probably doesn't have players and yeah, it also doesn't totally appeal to me. You know what? I am going to go ahead and look at the Discord. Can I get on the Discord right here? Let's accept the invite. Confirm that I'm a human. Discord app's going to launch probably, which you guys probably won't be able to see. I'll let you look at this. Just going to look at Discord briefly. Won't switch you guys over to that because I don't have that set up. Let's just see if real quick I can see something about it being like easy or hard to get a game in. Alright, I didn't have to leave a server. That's good. It's taking a minute to get in, picking my preferred language. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see, where's that matchmaking channel? Here it is. Okay, so people can type in a command to see how many people are queuing, so it looks like around like 4 p.m. There's sometime between, okay, it looks like between like mid-morning to like 4 or 6 p.m. or something. People get, there's like one game going. So I would never, extremely rarely be able to play at that time. And just one game going, it makes it tough to get in a game. And it kind of doesn't totally appeal to me. It looks kind of cool. I might be in if there's like great matchmaking and test it out or something. I think I'm going to pass on it and send it to the graveyard and spin again. Hope I'm not driving you guys crazy by denying so many games. So we'll move this to the graveyard as well. And yeah, I'm going to stop there, although I'll edit this together. So next time you hear from me, which will be in like 1 second for you, it'll probably be a different day. Okay, I'm back. It's another day for me. Let's see. I think I'm just going to check my numbers real quick and we'll do another roll. Steam should be at 891, which it is. Google Play, I'm pretty sure I haven't added anything in the last day, so it should still be at 492. The others should still be correct. Oh, you know what? I had an idea of something we should do, since this is supposed to be a math channel. Let's do the percentage chance that you get this. Okay, there we go. The percentage chance that you get this category. What is happening? Why can't I copy and paste this? Really weird, it's not copy and pasting right. Oh, there it goes. I don't know why. There it goes. Okay. So we have a 53% chance of getting Steam game, 29 Google Play, less than 1% to get miscellaneous, 9.5% to get PSP, 7% to get PS1. And then I want to do equal to 1 divided by this, the chance of getting any single game. Like say I just pick a game, my chance of getting that game on the roll is 0.06. Interesting. This adds a little fun here, and as we change these numbers, the percentages will change. I guess the things we take off, that category will go down, and the other categories should also go up, right? I guess we'll see. All right, let's do another roll. We should have 1675 on the wheel. We have 1676, so we'll get rid of that. All right, let's do a roll. Very exciting. And it is 591. 591. So we'll put that on our results. Still on episode 3. 591 is going to be a Steam game, right? Yep, game 591. There's 891 on Steam. We're going to look at 591. Just make sure you guys can see Steam this time. I apologize again for last time when I messed that up and you guys couldn't even see my screen while I was looking at a game, but it turned out to be one I had inappropriate content anyway. All right. 591, right? Steam wishlist acting up as usual. Okay, 591. Sorry. $591 is Minecraft Legends. Interesting. Well, I kind of forgot I had this on here. If I remember right, is this like an RTS version of Minecraft? Let's see. So I've never been into Minecraft. I would kind of like to build something someday, maybe in a game like Minecraft. Let's see. This came out in 2023. It doesn't look like it's having updates. Look at the reviews a little bit. Is there a gameplay video? Let's see. There was a little gameplay in that first video. Let's see. I'm thinking this is going to be a no, but just want to take a look. I wonder if people still play this. It says it has PvP, which is awesome. Just looking at their reviews a little bit again. Okay, here's a review from April that said, dead community, no player base online. 12 to 20 active players at max pop. It's funny how some of these reviews you can really tell were written by kids, which is funny. It's also $40. I am going to consider price in some of my decisions here. All right, this is going to be a no for me. I'm just not interested in it. RTS in general, I really want to like an RTS, but I've struggled to get into one, and I don't think something like this is going to be the one. Since I'm not into Minecraft, it's not immediately vibing with me here on this look at it. From I think I put it on here because it was a PvP RTS, and I'd love to get into a PvP RTS, but the ones I've tried, I've really struggled to get into. And yeah, I don't think this is going to be the one. So this is going to go to the graveyard. We will remove it. We will go back to Chrome. Man, this Steam thing is weird. I should look into like streaming Steam and this problem where it disappears if you're not interacting with it. Parts of it disappear if you're not interacting with it. I will graveyard it because I don't really want to play it. Graveyard's getting a lot in it. 4 from this episode. All right, should we do another spin? Number guide. 890 on Steam. Did adjust the percentages very slightly. 1674 is what we should have on our spinner. Yeah, 1674. And let's do a spin. $9.80. Okay. $9.80. Put that in the results before we forget the number, although we can look it up. $9.80. Episode 3. Is that going to be Google Play? I think. Yeah, it's got to be. Okay, so $9.80. We'll do $9.80 minus $8.90 equals 90. So I guess we'll count from the top and do game 90. This is going to be the fastest way to find our Google Play game 90. Let's get you guys looking at my phone. There it is. Let's see if we can turn it sideways, make it a little better for you guys to see. See what game 90 is. Let's see here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, Tobot is 25. I'm just going to count silently, and if I'm wrong, let me know, but I'm just going to go with whatever I get. That's 50 country ball. $70. 80, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. Joe Card Roguelike Poker. Okay, it's early access. It looks like it's, from the sound of it, it sounds like it's Poker Balatro. But it's not aping the style at all, which is pretty cool. Oh, does it have PvP? Interesting. This might be better than it seems. At first I thought it was going to be a straight up Balatro clone, which a million of them are coming out, and some of them look decent, but yeah, it looks like it might actually have a little originality to it. It might not be what it seems. It might really just be a poker game, PvP poker game, even with custom cards and stuff. Interesting. Let's see what it says here. Oh yeah, real-time PvP action. So it's not Balatro at all. Or maybe slightly. It has Joker cards. I know, interesting, it's rated teen for simulated gambling. I know Balatro got like banned in some countries for being related to gambling, even though it's not really gambling at all. Kind of interested in this. It is early access. On Steam, I try not to do early access. On phone, I've done it before. Let's see if I can find a YouTube video about it. Seeing the official channel. Yeah, let's take a look at this.
At the start of the game, each player is dealt 8 cards. Here you can see the score required to clear the level. Initially, up to 5 cards can be played at a time, and these cards can form different combinations. Each hand type has its own base points and multiplier. Each round offers 3 opportunities to play cards. meaning there are 3 chances to score points. Each round allows for 3 discards. Discarding can also be understood as swapping cards, replacing cards in your hand to build the desired combination.
Okay.
Straight
Your score
did not achieve a 3-star
maybe?
rating. Joker cards can increase points or money. Players start with 5 cards, which appear in the center of the game interface. Straight poker. If the played hand contains a straight, it qualifies for a 3 multiplier. Congratulations on completing the Jokard Beginner tutorial. We look forward to your likes, comments, and follows.
Okay, that Joker seemed pretty mild. Oh, we are going to go to part 2.
Welcome to Jokard. Today we'll show you how to play ghost cards. Ghost cards are a type of support card that, when played, provide additional synergistic effects to your deck. There are 19 ghost cards in total. Ghost cards have a chance to reveal the Chunky Joker card or add a mark to your hand. We usually purchase ghost cards from shops within the levels. After clicking to purchase successfully, you will see different types of ghost cards appear. Select the ghost card you need. Voodoo Doll transforms all playing cards in your hand into a single random suit. The combination of the Joker and the Ghost cards makes it easier for us to score points. Good run today. Catch you later.
Interesting. Do I want to play that? Sorry, I'm thinking a lot here. I think, all right, I'm going to say I am kind of interested in it. The Jokers seem a little mild to me, like I'd like them to have more power. The one that changes your whole hand to a random suit, that's pretty cool. That's the kind of power I'm looking for, but even, I don't know, even that's a little mild. The one that just gives you a multiplier is very mild. The art style I don't really like. It's like the mobile game art style. I'm not a fan of it, really. Although it works sometimes. In this case, it's not horrific, and it might even work a little bit, but excuse me. I don't think I'm going to play it at this time for all those reasons, and the fact that it's early access. I'm going to use that as an excuse that I don't have to play it. So, yeah, we'll do that. So, go back to Chrome. We'll go to our results. What's this game called? Jokard. Roguelike Poker. We're going to play, or we're going to put not played early access, currently in early access. So that's our excuse for why we didn't play it. If it comes up again after it's released, I'll either play it or graveyard it or whatever. All right, should we do one more? That takes one off Google Play, $4.91, 1673. Let's do it. And the winner is 1628. That's really high. What's that going to be? 1628. Spin results. 1628. How do I even calculate what it is? Let's see. 1628 is what it is. We'll do 1628 minus Steam minus Google Play minus miscellaneous minus PSP. That leaves us with 75. So it's game 75 on our PS1 list. Ooh, it's a PS1 game. Interesting. Let's see. Only a 7% chance to get this category. 75 on PS1 is Martian Gothic. Okay. Martian Gothic is... It's like a Resident Evil clone, but it's it's like a survival horror Resident Evil clone, sci-fi. I think, was it a budget game on PS1? I put it on here because I really wanted to play it as a kid, I think. And I was like, ooh, maybe I should actually play it at some point. Oh, it's on PC too. Let's see. Survival horror. It takes place in the far-flung year 2019. Oh yeah, the PlayStation version was one of a number of budget titles released near the end of the system's lifespan. I thought it was really cool. I thought that was really cool at the time, and I thought the game looked alright, and I wanted to like check it out. Very similar to Resident Evil. Tank controls, fixed camera angle, limited ammunition. Okay. Is the PC version different? Okay, development, let's see. Significant downgrade of textures for the PlayStation version, but it did allow the player to save game progress more often. Can you get this game on PC? You can. Whoa, look at all these things. Okay. Ooh, it's beautiful. Oh, vote to bring this game to GOG and help preserve it. So it's not actually on GOG. Interesting. Okay. I think I'm going to check it out. I'm not saying I'll definitely beat it or complete it, but it's a cool memory how I thought this was cool as a kid and thought about it a lot as a kid, but never actually got to play it. So, I think I'm going to do it. So, okay. I'm going to emulate it on PS1. I have not done that before, so I'm going to have to do some research and figure out how to emulate on PS1 and make it happen, and then hopefully that'll go smoother in the future. But yeah, I'm going to try to check this one out and see what it's like and give it a go. give it a recap later. Hopefully I love it, and it'd be a great end to the story to, of when I was a kid thinking it looked cool, and here I am playing it many years later. Really cool. If I loved it, but yeah, I'll give it a try. Try it out. Oh, here's a video. Let's look at the video. Interesting. Yeah, okay. We will pick this, we'll check it out, and see what happens. So, let's put right on here, on our results. This can be our second game. Episode 3. I guess this is how every episode ends, when you get to a green. Martian Gothic Unification? Is that what the PlayStation version is called? Yeah. Okay. PS1. Play. Green. Should I is this better for you guys? If this is huge? Maybe? Oh, I zoomed my whole thing, didn't I? How do I zoom? Just zoom. How's that? Alright, so we'll check out Martian Gothic and hopefully be back with a recap sometime. Got to get an emulator up and running and see how that goes and see what we think of the game. And yeah, no promises on finishing it, 'cause sometimes these old games are rough, but check it out. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll see you at the recap.